Hey guys, welcome. This is our 1.1 video. Let's go ahead and get started. Our very first thing we want to look at is, and doing our notes, is writing the heading. So our heading here is 1.1, variables and expressions, so that should go at the top of your page. And our objective today is to write algebraic expressions. So we're using words to help us write what those would be. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Again, just get that heading. So we're actually going to start, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I want you to write down. The first thing is a mathematical quantity is anything that can be measured or counted. Some quantities remain constant, others vary and are called variable quantities. So I want you to write all of that right there. So some quantities remain constant. We would call those numbers, like 5 is always going to be worth 5, 6, 7, 8, whole numbers, decimals. Those are all constant, they don't change. And then we do have things that do change, vary, we call them variables. That's where we're going to use letters like X and Y, A and B. Those are variables, so those change. And that's why we have algebra in the first place, is that we can work with those things. Okay? Let's move in. We're going to write this whole box too. I'll read it for you guys as you write it. If you need to pause the video to write all the things that you need to write down, please do. Okay. So a variable is a symbol, usually a letter, that represents the value of a variable quantity. So like I said, we could maybe use X or Y or something like that. An algebraic expression is a mathematical phrase that includes one or more variables. So that's why we bring in algebra. And a numerical expression involves only numbers and operations, but no variables. Okay, so we're going to be mainly doing algebra in here, which means we're always going to have something that will vary. A lot of times we're going to try and find out what its value could be. Okay, so make sure those are written down, and let's get into our first problem. Okay, so here's our first problem. This will be problem 1. We're going to have 4 problems today, then we'll be done. My lights go out, and then I like get in this like cool like party mode, so it's whatever. We're just going to roll with it. Okay, anyways, this is our first problem. It says, what is an algebraic expression for 18 more than a number? Okay, this could be kind of confusing. Let's take a look at what some of our answer choices could be. So, what we really have to diagnose is, what does the word more mean? Okay, does it mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, or does it mean division? Okay, so that's our question. What does it mean? So what I would say is, what does it sound like it means? Most of you are probably going to say more means you want to put something on top of it. So we're going to think probably either add or multiply. So I'm going to say that these two would probably make less sense. More actually does refer to addition. So 18, if we're going to add more to a number, so it'd be n plus that 18. Well, how do I know that? Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at something real quick. You don't have to write this down if you don't want to, but I found this online, and this is a list of keywords that could be used for addition. So we just use more than, and they have a nice little example, plus, more than, all that good stuff. Okay, the lights just came on. What's up? All right, here we go. Anyway, sorry, that was I paused. Someone walked in and wanted to chat. Not a big deal. Anyways, here we go. Like I said, I found this online, and it's kind of nice because these are all different words we can use for addition. Plus, more than, the sum of. We're going to use that a lot. The sum means to add things together. The total of, which is nice. The total, if you total up how much money you spent at the mall, that would be adding. Increased by, it's getting bigger. Okay, last year I increased by 10 pounds. Added to, obviously that probably means addition. Subtraction, we have minus, less than, taking away. A great word is the difference of two things. How different are they? Is kind of a root word with that. Less, we could take it away. Decreased and subtracted. Multiplication, we get times is a word that sometimes we use. The product is a nice strong word. The product of two numbers means to multiply them. We could do twice or double would be to multiply by 2, or multiplied by is a good one. And division, we have the quotient, which is kind of a fun one. And you do the number and 7, and you do them in that order. And then divided by, and the ratio of you could also do as well. Notice the sum here, the difference of, the product of, and the quotient of. We say that, and then we add on the two next numbers. Okay, so those are two pretty popular ones. All right, let's get back to our examples. Okay, well, we'll go through these examples kind of quick here. 8 times a number. Well, we just talked about what times mean. That probably means multiplication, so we're just going to do 8n. Again, I want you to write each of these ones down right here. So we got 8 times a number. We're going to do a couple of these, so make sure you write them down. I got to erase that. The quotient of a number, we talked about before, quotient would mean division. So we take the first number, n, then the quotient means to divide, and then we're going to have 5. We could do n divided by 5 as well. That would work. So either one of those would be fine. And let's do one more. Again, you're writing down these problems. And last one, what is an algebraic expression for the word phrase 6 times a number? Again, this is just going to be 6. Ooh, used the wrong one. N, or we could do 6 times n. So either one of those two would work. So I went with a fat pen on that one. All right, a couple more problems. I know. You're like, what the heck, Mr. Smith? That problem had multiple parts. It's messed up. Whoops, don't talk to me. Here we go. What is the algebraic expression for the word phrase 8 less than the product of a number x and 4? Okay, so we got a couple things going on. Less than is going to be subtraction. Product is going to be multiplication. Okay. What we have to do when we see less than or more than, it actually is getting tagged on at the end. So we're going to go ahead and first start with the product part. So the product of x and 4. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to put in parentheses, but we're going to do x times 4. Okay, the product of it. Now I want 8 less than that. Okay, so whatever that is, I want to take 8 away from it. Now, so a lot of kids will write 8 minus this, and some kids will do x times 4 and then minus 8. Okay, so those are two of the ones that I occasionally see. We don't have to write those down. We're going to actually look at some answer choices and break those down and see what kind of makes the most sense. But we know there's going to be subtraction and multiplication. Okay, so let's go ahead and eliminate some options. X plus 4, we know that product definitely does not mean addition, so goodbye. X divided by 4, product does not mean division. Again, we can get rid of that guy. So we're left with this one. Okay, so we want to say 8 less than the product. Okay, this one right here says we have a whole number 8, and then I'm subtracting the 4x from 8. This one over here says I have 4x, and then I'm taking away 8. This is the correct answer because it is less than 8. So I took the product, and I want 8 less than it. So I'm always tagging on. When you see less than or more than, you're tagging it on to the back part. Okay? So there's our answer. And one last problem. And here we go. Here we go. What word phrase can you use to represent this algebraic expression? I'm going to let you try that one on your own, and I'll see you tomorrow.